Sarvebhyah Namaskaraha. Your horoscope came into existence when you were born. Similarly, Gruha Arambha or beginning of house construction is considered the birth of your home. So, the Shubha Muhurtha for Gruha Arambha becomes extremely important. Shubha Muhurtha is not just an auspicious time, but it actually is the horoscope of your home. If this Muhurtha, or in other words, the horoscope of your home is strong, then the health and longevity of the house can be predetermined. This video, which is part 4, is the continuation of Gruha Yoga, which is about the astrological process of owning a home. Having covered the topics of identification of Gruha Yoga, who should invest, when to construct, and Muhurtha for construction in the previous 3 parts, we now come to the important step of construction, that is Gruha Arambha. I am Archana Murthy. Welcome to JyotishShastram channel, where I spread awareness on astrology. In today's video, we will look into the interesting examples of how to determine the longevity of the house and the science behind Gruha Arambha.
Out of the 10 aspects in part 1, we looked at what is 4th bhava, how to identify Gruha Yoga in the horoscope, and if you don't have Gruha Yoga, then what are the pariharas. In part 2, we looked at how to determine the right time to invest and the auspicious time to invest. In part 3, we understood when to construct and the Shubha Muhurta criteria for Gruha Arambha. We move on to the remaining aspects in this episode. Role of Muhurtha for Gruha Arambha and the science behind Gruha Arambha. Gruha Arambha or beginning of house construction is considered the birth of your home. Like I mentioned in Gruha Yoga part 3, a horoscope is drawn for the Shubha Muhurta as if giving life to the Muhurta and your home. So the Shubha Muhurta for Gruha Arambha becomes extremely important. Shubha Muhurta is not just an auspicious time, but it actually is the horoscope of your home. Since it is the home's horoscope, then will the Muhurta horoscope have an effect on the longevity of the house? Yes, that's right. Astrology says the health and longevity of the house can be predetermined. Here are a few examples of Gruha Arambha Muhurtas that indicate longevity of the house. That is, Gruha Ayushya Vicharaha. In Muhurtha Chintamani, this sutra indicates a combination of grahas in the Muhurta horoscope which will ensure a life of 100 years to the house. This is called Shata Varsha Ayusha Yoga. The following sutra indicates a combination of grahas that will ensure a life of 200 years to the house. Dvi Shata Varsha Ayusha Yoga. Similarly, there are many such formulae provided by our ancestors to ensure a long-lasting house. An example by Shripati noting 100 years of longevity and 200 years of longevity of the house is displayed here. There are many such formulae provided by our sages. I find it fascinating that this divine science has concepts and calculations that can provide a longevity to the house. Next, we will look at the various rituals and the science behind Gruha Arambha. Sankusthapana, Prathameshti Kanyasa, Shilanyasa, Stambha Pratishta. Nowadays, only one step is performed and is called Sankusthapana. Let's understand these steps. Sankusthapana. It is a cone-shaped object. The Vastu Purusha is invoked and overlaid on the site. Here, the Nabhi or the navel of the Vastu Purusha is identified. This is the Manipura Chakra of the Vastu Purusha or the site. The cone-shaped object or gnomon is placed on the Manipura Chakra as part of the Sankusthapana process. Why is this a cone-shaped object? And why is it placed on the navel? What is the science behind it? The cone-shaped object draws pranic energy from nature through its face and distributes it onto the site. Does this remind you of any other important phenomenon? An eclipse. It is in the form of a gnomon. In eclipse, the shadow falls in the form of a cone. During the eclipse, the pranic energy is drawn and is distributed on earth. Hence, any mantra recited during eclipse becomes 1,000 times powerful. That's why Grahana Kala is called a Parva Kala. Parva means auspicious celebration, and Parva Kala is time for festival. Hence, it is very auspicious for Anushtana and Sadhana. In order to energize your sixth sense, meditation or chanting during Grahana Kala is considered very sacred and important by spiritual seekers. Similarly, doing puja with Shanku on the navel of the Vastupurusha distributes energy to the entire land. A human body receives energy from the navel. Gnomon on the navel of Vastupurusha distributes energy to the entire site just like a fetus draws energy through the umbilical cord in the womb. Can you imagine? This was designed by our sages. Even the kalasha on the temple, a similar phenomenon, draws pranic energy and distributes it to the temple. This is why Sankusthapana is considered a very important step in Gruha Arambha Puja, as it draws pranic energy for the land to help the inmates of the house to lead a healthy and a peaceful life. Shanku is usually made of wood where the length of gnomon is 12 inches and the width is 6 inches. The next crucial step is Prathameshti Kanyasa or first brick foundation. Prathama means first, Ishtika means brick, and Nyasa means to deposit. This is considered as laying the foundation. Prathameshti Kanyasa actually consists of two steps, Garbhanyasa and laying of the first brick. Garbhanyasa is where you dig a pit in the northeast and fill the pit with grains and you place a copper vessel on top of it. The copper vessel will be filled with the material used in foundation such as 5 types of soil, 5 metals, 7 minerals, 9 gems and medicinal plants. The pit is then closed amidst mantras. Please note, avoid this when Grihalakshmi is pregnant. The second step is to lay the first brick, which is decorated with vermilion and turmeric. First brick is kept where the copper vessel was closed in the pit. This has to be kept along the wall which has the main door. Shilanyasa is to keep a chiseled stone after puja in southeast or in the center of the house. This stone is engraved with swastika yantra. Stambha Pratishta is erecting the first pillar. Nowadays, only one step is performed and is called as Sankusthapana.
Hope you liked and appreciated the interesting aspects and the science behind Gruha Arambha. In the next episode, I will provide details regarding Graha Pravesham. Thank you for watching. If you like this episode, please subscribe to JyotishShastram channel where I spread awareness on astrology. With awareness comes insight, and I want you to develop JyotishShastram insight to plan your life better. धन्यवादः.